Alrighty, tape is rolling.
Oh, do you have a kobold cannon? Oh, that's perfect, Skirta. But you need to smile. Because I've got a fucked up grin on my face. Oh, yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
You need to just stand just like that.
Group hug.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, getting ready to go live on the radio.
So we also have stand-up corner, more force connection stuff, and then also food buffs.
Oh yeah, we got plenty, but quiet on the set. 15 seconds.
Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. And no other freaking better place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch with no other than the dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
Thank you very much. Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
This is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to, and
That's right.
we put a smile on your face.
That's right. At least we hope to. Doing our own brand like nobody else's business here 5 days a week for your entertainment and viewing and listening pleasure. And of course, today is Friday, and my calendar is not updated. Why is that not happening? I don't know, but it is Friday, January 6, 2017 here inside Shroud Avatar. And of course, as Siderius has put it out there, it is Pulpopalooza Day. We have all sorts of wild topics. Oops, sorry about that. Little oopsie there in the volume, but of course we've had some hot topics out there this week. Everything from the macroing thing to the food buffs to just all sorts of little idiosyncrasies going on, like why auto attack doesn't auto attack, and little things like that. But of course we've got a release coming down the pipe here, and what do we got? Another 2.5, 3 weeks now. This is the longest period in between releases that we have every year, which is the December to January break. But are you ready to start today's show, Jack? Or
Well,
have you already started?
I've already started.
You've already started.
I'm also responding to NPD, who had a question about the multiplayer aspect of the game, and he's referring to solo offline, and that is like a single player game, whereas the other online modes, the single player online, the friends only online, and the multiplayer online are actually they all have the same persistent game world, as well as all the vendors. You would just be able to limit the number of players. And my doorbell just rang, so I'll be right back.
Ding dong. This guy has so many interruptions, it's ridiculous these days. But of course, how's everybody doing out there? Welcome everybody to the show. Of course, for those of you tuning in today trying to figure out what the heck's going on, we figured we'd give you all a little sample of what it actually is like for this crafting, for this stuff where people say they want to use little macros, little hotkeys and stuff to do all this repetitive stuff. Now, one of the things that has been brought up, of course, is allowing this number to be either increased or make it faster, one of the two. There's arguments for many of the different avenues they can go with this one, but we'd like to hear what you guys think about it and what you think would be the ideal solution to the grind, as it may be, because we understand the time sinks, and I heard Justin out there last night on the radio. She was also picking on that just a little bit. But what do you guys think about this? What's the thoughts? What's the comments? What's going on with it? Especially with, again, you're watching what we're doing here, and this is going to be real fun for some of you folks. And others, you're just going to sit there scratching your head going, I don't get it. But for those of you, you just probably don't get the show. But anyway, what's going on, guys? You're all sitting there quiet. I know I got a room full of you sitting here. Don't everybody talk at once. See, I'm talking to you guys.
That, honestly, I don't know. I'm not an expert in this area. I have two things to say, though. I think that they should allow limited macroing for this type of stuff. But secondly, I don't think they should make it faster, because making as much stuff as you guys do and being the crafting gods that you are and the captains of industry should take a long time.
Well, I wouldn't put us in that class, not just yet, actually. Eagle, welcome to today's show. Good to see you out there. I wouldn't put us in that class. I mean, yes, we are, merchants as it may be, and we do ply our trade. But, do you feel, in general, do you feel that somebody who plies a trade and is doing a business should spend 90% of their game time doing this grind? Is basically what it comes down to.
Well, people have to choose and pick and choose what they do with their time, right? A captain of industry in our real world is working 24 hours a day. He sleeps 6 hours a night, or she,
if that,
sleeps 6 hours a night, if that, and is at that business 24/7.
Absolutely.
That's how they get their money. That's how they are rich.
Well, that's a very valid point there. Any other comments from you guys?
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm back. So what's going on?
Oh, you missed it. Show's over, man.
Okay, so we're done. We're done.
Yes, we got to thank everybody and go ahead and wrap it up and get out of here.
Okay. Yep. Show's over. Good.
Nothing to see here. No, we started
the grin that's on my character's face is awesome.
We just started talking about the crafting and the time consumption and the possible. At least that's what I started talking about, and I got a little commentary out of Merc, but the rest of the room just is sitting here silent. I don't know. I think
one guy you don't want to hear from.
I think they're all still hungover from New Year's. Is truthfully what I think. But
did you finish the answer for ENVPD?
No, I did not, because
okay.
you were answering that.
Yeah. Oh well, I think he's left the channel anyways. If he's still here, he can say hi. But yeah. So what are we going to talk about today besides time sinks?
Oh, we'll talk about the usual stuff. It's just that they're going to get to see what a time sink looks like.
Well, I mean, they get to stare at that all day, and they get to see me playing around with my organ grinder.
Is you playing around with your organ all day?
Well, if you're looking at my screen, you get to see the really creepy grin as I'm right up behind you.
Okay, well, as I got everybody right in the background, and of course the guys. It's like a real news show here. You can see all the spectators in the background because they want to wave hi mom and jump up and down. I got Merc with his question mark hat out there. We got Drager is behind us. We got Scroda behind us. I love this shit.
Wait,
man,
I only see Scroda on my
Oh
screen.
no, they're all positioned in. It's a trip. I love this shit. I tell you.
I need to look at your screen real quick.
And here comes Thex, of course. Everybody getting in on the action.
Well, I mean, Scroda's got the creepy grin as he exhibiting his voyeuristic tendencies.
While he's watching your butt wiggle.
Hey, it's all good. I'm enjoying myself. That's all that matters, right?
That's right.
So, I mean, we do have stand-up corner. We do have lots of discussions, including the continuation of our food buff discussion from yesterday. Oh, yeah. Your view's a little bit different than mine.
Yeah, I'm telling you. These guys have found the angle, and they're all getting in on it. I love it.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I tell you, I love you guys, man. You guys are what helps make this shit great. Yes, we do have the usual suspects. Is of course you're just not going to see them on stream today while we go through emotions. And of course we'll be wearing our tinfoil hats while we await our tinfoil hats.
Well, I mean, depends on where do you want to start today? Stand-up corner, and then go on?
Oh, yeah.
But it's not going to be displayed on screen. We just get to read it.
Continue crap. Again, I started in on the discussion to invite folks to talk about it. So it's out there for the public. And, of course, we'll get this out of the way for those of you folks just tuning in, joining us for the first time, or just wanting to get adventurous for the first time. We're the only show on the air 5 days a week that invites you, the listeners, to come join us here live. You can join us on Twitch TV/NBNN News, Twitch TV/Cinesist. You can go to NBNN.info. You can come into Discord by going to NBNN.info using the Discord app. And come on in. You can come on in game and chat with us in game. Come in and join the conversation, say hello, talk about what's going on, and we do this 5 days a week. And of course, we've got a room full of guys, and of course they'll be here chiming in as needed or as not needed, as it may be.
And we'll see how quiet they decide to be today.
I'm waiting to see how long it takes Led Zepp to figure out we've been back on the air for a week.
I don't know. I mean, if I had his phone number, I'd call him to make sure that he's okay. I mean, he might have had way too much fun.
Well, if he's having way too much fun, I want to leave him and his sheep alone. So we'll worry about that later. But yes, we do have yesterday's stand-up corner for you folks.
Yeah, so this is the stand-up corner from Thursday, January 5th. Remember, today is Friday, January 6th. Tomorrow is my younger brother's birthday.
Happy birthday, younger brother.
Yes, I just have to remember to text him. Over in the art department, yesterday, Bob said he was working on the water homes polish.
Cult of Bob.
Yeah. And remember, we're not displaying anything on screen other than what we're
doing.
That's right. Oh, yeah. I get to look at X's butt. The water homes polish and obsidian home bugs. Yes. And Tansu chests.
Tansu chest. What is a Tansu chest?
Well, you'd have to Google that. I mean,
apparently.
Yeah, so that is a chest that is the stacking variety. So it's the ones where you can like make little steps and things like that. So it's like a sectional chest of some sort.
Well, we have some comments coming in via the private message system over here, and I'm sure you've probably gotten a couple. But Justin's chiming in saying, "I certainly have comments. I knew my phone was being a little too busy, but we'll get to those comments here momentarily."
See, I haven't received that yet. So I have not received the commentary yet. So then after that, new guy Damon, working on the map review and visual effects review and bug spray.
Bug.
Fletcher working on the Shogun assets and the big fluffy cat.
The big fluffy cat. It's so fluffy!
It's a fluffy pussy.
Gotta love the
delicious.
Fluffy pussy.
That's right. So Kevin working on the Clockwork Dragon and Shogun pets.
Shogun pets.
Leo the sound guy working on mimic attacks and kobolds. Matt working on the jabbering Bertha talking
Kids
animation.
Gosh.
Yeah, and ballet moves.
Can't wait to see those.
He's still staring at the ballerinas.
Yeah, we know why he wanted to do ballet moves.
Well, the real question is he coming into the office wearing toe shoes?
Oh, that's a good question.
I think he
He's
did
working
that
on his-
before the ballet work. I think he did that anyway.
Okay, so he had to get into the spirit of what it means to be a ballerina.
I want to know if he's wearing a tutu at his desk while he's programming the
Well,
ballet.
he should be, as well as some tights, very
Yes,
tight tights.
absolutely. He's gonna kill us next time he sees us.
Yeah. Then
forget the
it's
tutus.
yeah, we need pink tutus. We need lots of them.
Can we send them
Then
some for
Reed
the
is-
Christmas party? Can we do that? Can I get on Amazon and get a couple? We can pass them out during the Christmas party.
Well, yeah, you can. You can ship it directly to the offices as well.
I have to look into that.
I'm here now with my lunch.
Excellent.
Took a
Well,
little
this show
longer,
is
but,
called Lunch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then let's see, where was I at? Reed is working on the Shogun Town home and the Shogun City home. I think Thex is watching my stream. That's why he's doing the belly dance.
Maybe.
Scotty's
Awesome.
out and touching up Xenos and working on the map review and bugs. Then over in design, we had Brandon working on Shogun assets and merchants.
He said that's it.
I know. Sea Wolf working on the map review and siege maps. Dan working on map review and NPC schedules
And the man
and decoration prefabs. That's right. And player towns. Wait. Dex, what emote was it that you just did? Where you're holding your hands over your crotch?
I did the shrug.
Do it again?
Sorry, it's the blush.
Oh, that's the blush. Okay. Fire Lotus working on some Lich Lords.
Leech Lord.
Now, the real question, how do we actually pronounce that? Is it going to be Lick Lords or is it going to be Lich?
It should be Lich.
I vote Lich.
Unless you want
Are
to
you-
be,
are you sh- are you-
unless you want
are
to
you-
call it
are
a
you-
Leech Lord, you know, which is a
Yeah,
really
what
really
about-
blatant, beating up the pronunciation.
What about calling it a Lick Lord
Well, we can call it whatever we want. You can go.
as he cringes?
Usually,
Okay.
I don't like to go up to them and try and lick them personally because they have the tendency to bash
okay.
on my head and kill me. So you know. But
Yeah.
that's just
okay.
me.
So such a pansy. So Sanyo's working on the Vauban Pass and map review and key support. Lum the Mad
Lum the Mad. And welcome, Cornelius.
working on the Courage quest line with a little bit of the Battle of Highvale updates.
Courage. I need some courage.
Yeah. See, I can tell the guys that are actually watching my stream just because it's like they're doing stuff on my stream, like Cornelius.
I
love
see
that.
him. I see him.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah. See, I don't have everybody that's on the
I tell you, I love these
what
guys,
would be
man.
the our left side of the screen.
Is, yeah.
Stream.
I love
Yeah.
I love
And Sorcerer's-
how they just happen to manage when we just throw a twist at them like this and all get in
yeah.
on the action. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Then Sorcerer Steve's working on archways and map review and forums post. So that means that if you're a Dev Plus member, you should receive an update from Sorcerer Steve
Steve.
if
That's
you haven't
right.
already. Yes.
And that's probably
And
going to be
Travis
some
was
pretty pictures as well.
Oh yeah, he takes some awesome pictures. But he's working on the storytelling like Scotty does. So I think Scotty's influencing the storytelling there. Travis is working on map review and the new Cobalt dungeon.
Nice to see new dungeons coming in.
Absolutely. Then over in tech, we do have Bobby working on keys.
Bobby. Working on keys.
That might be part of the rent-based system.
Oh. Ooh.
Maybe.
Ooh.
Maybe.
I feel a little old UO essence there if that's actually what happens. Because, oh man, that'd be
That
fun.
would be awesome if you
It's-
could steal another
I was going to
player's
say
key,
ransoming
recall-
keys.
recall-
Ooh.
recall off the key or
In-
copy of the key and then go
Interesting.
loot all their stuff. Yeah,
Interesting.
that would have been awesome. Then over in tech, we do have. Eric is working on Jabbering Bertha and roving encounters. And then Winfield is watching this today. Hello, Winfield.
Winfield fish.
Hello, fish.
Oh, you picked a hell of a
Jay-
day to watch the show, Winfield, I tell you.
Oh, I know. It's all good. He's enjoying it. Then JY is working on the item logging and the Cabana upgrade
Cabana upgrade.
and crashes. And remember what I said the other day about whenever you see them playing around with Cabana?
Cabana, yeah.
Yeah.
Messing around with that
Wizard-
database.
That's right. And just using it as a tool to read all the tables and extrapolate that information. Wizard Smoke.
Here.
Working on chat windows and home moves. The Deathbringer one and only, working on release 38 catch-up
Ketchup.
and
Not
providing a solution
Ketchup.
to the sync issues.
Not mayo. Not salsa.
Sync issue solution.
Yes. That more on the forced sync.
Yes, that's one where they're trying to work on the master-slave relationship for the game and everything else.
Telling you, see, the
Burning
underlying
Toad-
content of this game. We'll talk about that. Good. The burn.
The Burn working on
The Burn.
home moves and combat issues. Then Taslo is working on forum issues and forum reports and metrics architecture. Then that takes us to our QA department where we have Eric working on the sanity test
Away.
and forums. And Reese is working on
The Yettonwood.
sanity report and regression and the Shogun offer testing.
He's gonna offer you a shotgun? What?
Shogun named Marcus. Then after that, Serafina is working on
Customer
reports of
service.
shot fire and a shooter contained in Fort Lauderdale. Serafina working on customer service and forums and band support.
Ban hammer.
I hope I don't get banned.
Hammer. Me too. I mean, especially after they watch this show.
You're giving them evidence right here.
I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, that creepy grin that Skirta has on my screen is awesome.
I'm telling you, it's just.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah. Are you looking at that, Skirta? I mean, your character's grin. It just looks so creepy.
He's
I
got.
know I'm creepy.
He's got that.
You're not
that
creepy.
that,
Creepy grin is.
yeah. No, what was the? I'll think of it. Got the Michael Moore look, not Michael Moore. You know what I'm talking about.
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers look. Yeah. Michael Myers, Michael Moore.
It's
Same
like-
difference.
It's like, oh yeah.
Both scary.
All depends on the day.
That's right.
That takes us to our production management and other group where the useless overhead gets to occasionally do things. Starting off with the Dippy Bird, who working on system flushing and forums.
Gonna flush it.
That's right. Gorn working on metrics.
Still waiting. Can't wait to see them metrics.
Yep.
Because those Imperials suck.
Barrick working on. That's right. Barrick working on the promotions. Hutch working on the map review and time of day lighting and Shogun walls and Shogun wall lamps. Lord British working on looking for Lum's courage in Jiro Land.
Needs some courage.
Yes. Yeah.
Need that courage.
Well, Lum is the cowardly lion, so yeah.
No, I don't know about
Then,
that.
oh, come on. Unless you back him in a corner. Yeah. Chaos working on the Release 38 bundle data and integrations and customer service support. And Darkstar working on the map review and Release 38 schedule and weekly update and metrics. And that's what our devs said they were working on yesterday. They have not put out what they're working on today.
They're coming for me.
Oh, wait. They just posted it.
They posted the metrics?
No, they posted what the stand-up corner for today.
Ah, okay.
5 minutes ago.
Okay, well, we'll worry about that later on.
Well, Mandarin Duck is going to make it into the game, I'll tell you that much.
Hey, well, I want to buy a duck first.
Yeah. Would you like to buy a duck?
Yes. So I can buy the duck meat. I just want a duck pet now. I want to be able to buy the duck.
Want to buy a duck?
Yep. Want to buy a duck. Now, of course...
Hope everybody's enjoying the show today.
Winfield has asked if we
Yes,
could go ahead and mention the winter holiday party down at Port Alarium. And, of course, we have been promoting that as much as we can out there. But let's go ahead and get that added away for good old Winfield there and tell the good folks all about it. The holiday party happening next Wednesday, January 11th from 5 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time at the Port Alarium offices. What do you mean?
I think we lost some sound.
Did you guys lose me?
Yeah, we lost you. It's like, where are we going? What are we doing?
The
Dead air.
winter holiday party.
Well, I don't know why you're displaying it on stream.
I'm not.
The only thing we're just... okay.
I'm just reading what
So next
Winfield
Wednesday we do have...
posted, and I'm just doing the usual shtick that we do. But, if you want to read it, you can go ahead and read it.
Well, I'd have to find it first. I know it's next Wednesday between 5
chatty.
and 10.
Come on, you got to know better. Winfield's got all that information for you.
Yeah. It's gonna be on. It's gonna be streamed on NBNN News. So Laz is not gonna be making it in person, but he's gonna be streaming it.
I will be driving in robot, as far as I understand, again this year.
I thought you were gonna be like streaming the entire thing.
We're going to be live on stream. I'm going to be driving the robot, which is going to be windowed, and then we're going to have the Zoom room, which is also going to be windowed, so that everybody who's in the Zoom room will be able to see. Winfield probably go ahead and give us some more as he hears us in the delay here, but we're going to go ahead and have either phones or iPads set up in the break rooms and in the other rooms, and we'll be able to see into those rooms so that we'll have views of the different things that are going on at the same time in the Zoom room. And
or so you think.
Well, Winfield's going to be down there doing that. This is what he tells me. That's why we've tested the system to see. And it's going to be a fun time. Of course, you guys, 15 players are physically attending that we know of right now. And if you want to go ahead and attend, you plan on attending, go ahead.
Catering's going to be done by Jason, or wait, I'm sorry. Jimmy John's.
Oh, they're going to cater from Jimmy John's. Very nice.
It was that, or I think that's what the last.
Either that or eat Casey's balls, one of the two.
Yeah, I don't think Casey's making his balls.
And of course, there is a cloak for this gathering as well. If you want to go ahead into the forums, click on the link, look for the link in the announcements forum for the party. Do a $5 donation via the PayPal there. That goes to their lunch fund, the party fund. And if you want to, specify what you're doing.
If you do that donation, you do have to specify your character name and that the donation is for the holiday party as well.
Correct.
So that way they can
actually
sort it and yes, and your email for your account, stuff like that. Yeah.
So if you want it to go to somebody in particular, you can also specify that. So like if you want to buy Darkstar some booze, you want to send a pizza to Gina, you want to buy some decorations, whatever it may be, or get with Winfield. Give Winfield a shout out and say, Winfield, what do we need for the party? But yes, big party coming up next week, and we will be covering it for you live here on NBNN.
Now, there are a couple things that we need to talk about real quick as far as the force connection exploits.
Yes, let's talk about that. I don't have that one up just yet. Now that I'm finished with the stand-up, I can jump on over there.
Wait, Dex has black hair? I didn't know that.
Just for men.
Do the curtains match the windows? The drapes, whatever. Guess I don't want to know that.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
Oh, was that a question?
I don't know, question statement.
Yeah, I was going to say the sync issue that affects a lot of game clients inside of certain hunting scenes, especially like Deep Ravenswood, where things become unsynced and it causes all kinds of lag. If you see someone exploiting that and they're using the force lag issue, Chris does say to message him and he will look at it and it will show him the server logs if someone is exploiting that, because that also can be exploited for thieves as well. So there's all kinds of Dex has the creepy smile on now too. But yeah, that will all be resolved in release 38. As today's stand-up corner, we did have the Deathbringer one and only working on that, so that will be done. And as for the auto res, the timer is currently set for 5 minutes for auto res. The person who says that they are res killed for 1.4 hours, the current idle logout timer is 60 minutes. So yeah. Yep.
Interesting information.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's one where it's, if you see someone exploiting the game mechanics, report them, which has always been the case. Hey, so far I've made almost 200 wood pulp this show.
I don't know. I think I'm slacking.
I failed.
Let me see.
What number are you up to? I'm at 194 so far.
When's the water harvesting show?
Oh, that'll be next month.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, it's not showing me any made. Why is that?
Well, are you not making scrap? Are you just standing there staring at the window?
No, I'm crafting right now, and I'm doing a search in my backpack for pulp, and I'm not seeing anything coming up.
You've been robbed.
You broke it. Yeah. Well, it helps if you click on the crafting tab.
I was in all items, at least I thought I was. There it is. I made 179 so far. Yeah, I was a little slacking on one of those restarts.
Okay, yeah.
Dex is picking on you back there, and you can't do nothing about it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I need my cobalt cannon.
I know, so that way you can join in.
Oh, why don't you have your cobalt cannon? You know where to go find one.
They're no longer in the game, I heard.
Ooh, I did not know that. I thought I saw a couple for sale the other day.
Wait, someone's invisible. Oh, wait, who's invisible?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. It was Schneider.
Okay, so let's move on to the next topic, of course.
Food buffs?
Food buffs. We now have three different topics going on out there. And, of course, somebody had reported it as a bug. A conversation got started. It was linked to another conversation where it was then said that this was as intended. And, of course, there's been a couple other ones that were out there. I think there's actually more than three, but there's three I'm actively following right now. And, of course, people are now finding out that this is the case. And, of course, they're sitting there scratching their heads going, WTF, just like I said. I mean, why do we have an intricate food system that we have to go through all this to make this food, to have this buff, only for the buff to only work when we're sitting at rest? What the fuck? I mean, really? I mean, come on, Mark. I know you're a guy with all those nice enemies who let you walk away and go rest in between fights so that you can come back and beat their asses later.
I'm not saying everything can always be realistic, but all I'm saying is I can see a rationale for it.
I can't.
Here. Now, other solutions have been brought up, like maybe some of the buffs that come with food are active during combat and others aren't. I've heard that if the food is higher level, it will last during combat. I'm just saying something needs to be worked out.
Right, but what is the point of me going out and harvesting all the food for, say, the wolf and lamb chops, getting all the ingredients, spending the time and the time sink to make this buff, to go into combat to fight, only to find out that the hours I wasted gathering the materials, the food I just spent, time to put together for this really magnificent buff, does not work when I'm in combat. What's the sense? I might as well not even have the food. I might as well just go into combat, because if I'm going to run away to rest, I get a good regen rate just to begin with when I run away and rest and get out of combat mode. Why do I need a food buff? I just click heal one or two more times.
I don't have a good regen when I get out of combat, so food helps me immensely. I use the venison surprise. It's a very high level, expensive food, but it and so when I get out of combat, I have so little focus that my focus regen just shoots up there. Well, but if that was active during combat, I would never run out of focus. It's not balanced.
Well, see, here's what I've found, and of course they've made it so that you have to eat. But I don't care whether you eat that venison surprise or you eat an apple. Yes, you do, because your regen rate does not work, period, after a certain point, and they've already announced this. This has been documented. But even if you eat an apple...
I don't think I've eaten it since...
No, you will notice, even if you eat an apple, that regen rate goes up, because there's a point where you just don't regen unless you've eaten something. And whether it be the venison surprise, whether it be the dragon stew, or whether it be an apple, that you eat that one apple.
I disagree with you, because my character is never eaten in persistence, and I still regenerate while I'm out of combat.
And when you eat an apple out of combat, you will regenerate a whole lot faster, and you will thereafter for a quite longer than duration of that 2-minute buff. Is what I'm trying to tell you. This much I've done. But again, what is the point?
You don't have to eat because
you don't have to.
You're thinking from this, right? You're thinking from the point of view of a min-maxer who always has to be super efficient in everything that he does. Well, you don't have to eat. It provides a nice buff.
I understand I don't have to eat, but the one thing I have noticed is whether I'm eating venison surprise or an apple, I do regen just that much faster. But it doesn't matter which I'm eating, because. So why should I go through through the effort of using the crafting system, doing the food, to get a buff when I can just grab an apple off the street someplace and boom, I've got that extra little kick for those couple seconds when I need it. That's pretty much the argument I've got. I mean, I like the idea of food, but and again, many of us were under the assumption, I guess, that the food buffs were going to be so that when you go into combat, you had that extra edge.
Yeah,
okay, here's another thing. So you guys haven't noticed up till now that it doesn't go through combat? You've been getting along somehow with it not working for
you do know what we do for a living, right? We've been over this. Is exactly what
right.
Okay, so you see what we're doing today, okay? We don't get out to do that much because we spend 90% of our time sitting here with our thumbs up our butts doing this, which is part of why we're doing this today. Okay, I would be able to get out there more often to test that if I wasn't spending 90% of my time looking at a screen like this all day.
This table?
Absolutely. So herein lies where this all ties together. What do I need food buffs for to go out and do that if I'm going to spend 90% of my day doing this, and the food buff ain't going to do me nothing while I'm out there trying to get the ingredients to ply my trade? And then I got to work twice as hard to get the food. it doesn't make sense with the time sense.
Now, Laz,
Yes.
this is something that I said before the show, and I will repeat it on the air.
Okay.
Part of this game is early access. Not
We
all of the game systems are
understand that.
permanent as of yet.
We understand.
But
that.
this type of discussion actually becomes very beneficial for the developers.
Absolutely.
Because if we provide them hard data and our thoughts and feelings without an emotional response,
Absolutely.
they can take that into consideration.
And that's
so
why
it's
we're
good that
tying
we're
this all
having the
together.
discussion,
That's
and
right.
it's good that we're doing this. But
Yeah.
we have to remember, this is going to change more than likely. It's one where we need to provide ideas. We need to provide hard data.
Oh, that's why we're talking about it.
Yes. And at the same time, yes, we are also helping spur the conversation in the forums
That's right.
and allowing us to get our opinions out there as well.
Now,
So yes, it is good.
let me go
We
ahead
need
and
to be
bring
a
in.
little bit less emotional. And,
Hey.
and you know what?
I'm
They-
not
they need
emotional.
extra
I'm me. You know. It's, you know how. yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
hugs, baby.
Hugs, baby.
You know I love you. You know I love you. You know I love you.
But I
I
want to
do
get
that the
Justin's
right way?
commentary. Yes, you did. You actually went the right way there. But Justin, of course, commented while we were doing a stand-up corner. Of course, she says, of course, she doesn't mind the time sink. Let me just read this so I don't take her out of context. She says, I don't mind the time sink if there is a valid, reasonable return. And the people at macroing order is an easy fix. Remove the option for the NPCs to buy the damn order back. Ooh, hello. And of
Bingo.
course, yeah. And then of course she comments about Shroud the Bra Inspector, but that was another topic. But yes, I mean, there's a lot of solutions. There's a lot of valid ideas out there. And again, you know,
That's hilarious.
I mean, but certain things we know need to be tweaked, and we've been asking for these tweaks as they go. So hopefully that, you know, they'll take a pass after they get a lot more of this foundation in to look at these things that we're pointing out here, like this time sink. There's got to be more reward for the, you know, more return on the reward is basically what people were saying.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is stuff where it's not completely done yet. I mean, when's the last time they actually did a crafting pass realistically and really fine-tuned everything?
It's been
I mean,
pushed back. It's been pushed back. It's
just
been
look at,
pushed
like,
back.
this-
We were supposed to
Yeah,
get a
just
fishing
look at the skill
update. We
tree
were supposed
for
to be getting
farming.
farming update. We were supposed to get agricultural updates. Yes, and we understand. So, but
I mean, agriculture still has 0 skills in it. I mean, it's like,
Fishing.
yes, I mentioned that fish
yeah.
is
And like, not even all of the skill trees are even in the combat are completed yet. So like, chaos is still missing a
now
spell.
we understand that there's supposed to be a bunch of new stuff coming in along the combat and skill trees as well as they bring in a lot of this new stuff online, and we'll be looking forward to that.
Oh yeah. And then the required balance of all those skills. Infex loves holding his wavy sword
Oh yes,
in front of him.
And that's not my wand, by the way.
It's not his wand he's poking with, with, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, it's so distracting that I forgot to crank my thingy.
You forgot to crank your box, man. I tell you, crank it
Yeah,
up,
I
crank it
know.
up.
It's-
Let's
I got to
get
figure
some
out
music
what am I
going
going
here.
to play next.
'Cause, we got to do some
I
calendar
need-
stuff for the good folks out there, and then we got to go ahead and wrap this up because, believe it or not, an hour has almost passed by.
Okay, so
Thankfully,
we do have a
this
community
tedious,
calendar
boring
for
stuff
everybody.
does go by quick. If you're
Don't
gambling
forget,
like
it
we
is
are.
now hosted on nbnn.info. Just click on the calendar button at the top. We still have SodaCon tickets available. Remember, that's going to be in October of 2017. Non-attendee cloak donations are available until they're exhausted, as well as the early bird ticket sales for SodaCon are ongoing. Today is Friday, January 6th, and this is also going to be the weekend calendar. Today at noon, 3, 6, 9, and 12, around the clock, they're two idiots that don't know what the hell they're doing as they sit there and they turn wood scrap into pulp for an hour.
That's right.
Silly show called Lunch with
You
Laz
get
and
to
Jack.
watch that
and
in
you can listen
repeats
to that.
all weekend.
Yeah, that's right. On Radio Free Britannia.
WRFB.
I'm wiggling my
That's
one
right.
too.
Oh, yeah.
Jack,
That a boy.
you better stop cranking the box like that, man. You got them all shaking their wands at
Yeah.
you, buddy.
I know. They're comparing sword lengths.
I tell you.
Who's going to win?
I see yours is as big as mine.
Is it sword envy?
Crossing swords.
Is it swords
What's
envy?
the rotating smaller sword? So is that a wand rotating in your hand as well?
Yeah.
That's no wand.
From what I've heard, it's
That's
not the length
magical.
of the sword, but the width. The thickness.
The girth. The girth that matters.
Right.
Yeah, the girth.
Well, it seems
Girth,
like
girth.
seems like 4 out of 5 avatars agree. It's the girth. Now, how they would know that, I don't know.
So let's see what else do we have tonight. If you are interested in killing monsters, killing players, or not killing anything, there are events for you. Starting at 7 o'clock, you can join Kazan Phoenix Fire or Malhari for the PvE event, which is the Phoenix Republic PvE nights, where they go explore random areas and they kill all the monsters they can find. If you're interested in PvP,
With the proper PvP-ness.
you do need to go out to the City of Vengeance and you need to kill everyone that you see between the hours of 7 and 8. And that is going to be the Vengeance Madness, which is an open PvP event where everyone fights it out in a Royal Rumble to see who is the ultimate death dealer. So that does last for 1 hour. Hopefully everybody dies multiple times. Out in Caer Drokwich, Bowen Bloodgood is doing his Friday night astronomy, and that's going to be between 7:30 and 8:30. If you're too afraid to kill anything and you just want to look at the stars.
Ooh, pretty.
And now I was
Pretty
about to click on
shiny
another
stars.
song because I thought it was over, and then it's like I was teased.
What a tease.
I know, I was teased by the song file. At 9 o'clock this evening, there's another. Oh wait, that's on hold. Never mind. We'll skip that one.
Never
So that takes us
mind.
to Saturday, where you do need to tune in your ether amplifiers to WRFB.
WRFB and wake up.
Wake Up New Britannia with Wolftam and Salim. Who's the one that put in there Wolf Tam? There is no L in his name. Wolfton.
I don't know.
Was that you? Or was that Justin?
I don't know. I thought we had fixed all those typos last year. Maybe somebody's been messing around in the calendar to see if you're on your toes or not. I don't know.
Maybe.
Could be.
Okay, so that is going to be between 6 and 8. Don't forget to tune in for that, just for the Wolftam's favorite segment, which is the Who Are You? I don't know who's going to be the interview for this week, or if it's going to be a repeat or not. At 11 a.m. is the Church of the Dark Star service on Avatars Radio. At 7 p.m. is the Saturday edition of the EVL Monster Mash dungeon crawl, which is going to take place starting outside of Soul Town with the dungeon master Shady Death. And that takes us to Sunday.
Sunday.
At
the Fairpark Coliseum.
8:30 in the morning, we have the Pax Slayer early morning edition of the Pax Slayer meeting. Very, very nice to the Australians. And that is led by Winfield in the Pax Slayer or Pax et Veritas TeamSpeak server that is owned by Themalok. At 11 a.m. is the Hospitaller New Player Support Weekly Meeting, which is taking place in Discord. At 2 p.m. is the Bear Tavern Pub Crawl. Ooh, someone's texting me right now.
Pub crawl.
And yes, I know what Wolfton stands for. The Bear Tavern Pub Crawl is going to start at Barren Reach, and then it's going to go onward until everybody passes out, or until 3 o'clock. At 7 p.m. is the PAX Layer meeting taking place inside of the PAX at Veritas TeamSpeak server. Don't forget, PAX Layer is not a guild; it is a community of players, and they do a lot of stuff. Final event of the evening is going to be Fishing with Winfield at some fishing spot somewhere. And that's our community calendar for this weekend, January 6th through the 8th in Shroud of the Avatar.
Shroud of the Avatar. So now we got a conundrum here on my hands. You know, I actually learned how to reset the damn sponsors, but I'm not putting the sponsors up on the screen today, am I?
Well, we can put the sponsors up on the screen. I mean, that doesn't really interfere with...
I guess that doesn't interfere with what we're doing there. That just goes over the top. That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. But, I don't know. It's been an interesting week out here, that's for sure. And
well, I mean, because we still have to talk about how much in this... So far, we've been at it for 50 minutes. How much wood pulp have we created so far?
A little over 300.
So I am at 330.
Yeah, I missed it.
So if we take, or actually, so I need to actually open up my calculator. I'm technically at 329, but I'm going to round it up and do 330 and divide that by 5, which means that in 50 minutes, I have managed to create enough wood pulp for 66 teleports or recall scrolls.
Yes.
Not and or. So that
you know what they should do?
Yeah.
For you captains of industry, they should have an in-game calculator that's in the game. You know.
That's true too. That would also save me lots and lots of time doing other things.
It'd be also nice if we had, like, you know, I don't know.
Yes,
yeah, I don't know. Would that break
Abacus.
immersion for anyone?
No, Abacus would be fine.
Yeah, Abacus works. We can always see if that teletype there has any math functions on it.
Yes. So did you want to get one more blurb in about SodaCon?
Well, of course. We always want to get a blurb in about SodaCon. We can't say enough about it. So let's go ahead and drop that one up on screen because you will see that. And, of course, don't forget the tickets are now on sale at SodaConAustin.org. And you can register for SodaCon Austin 2017 coming up this October. Go ahead and register in advance. The early bird tickets are now on sale. And, of course, remember, as time goes by, the ticket price goes up. So if you want to go, get your tickets now. As the cheapest ticket you're going to get is now. I believe there's still some those coveted Lord British Tour tickets. There are only 10 available. Last I looked, there were still 5 or 6, I think it was, I was told. And I haven't checked on that status in a day. So I will check on that over the weekend and let you all know what the status is on over the weekend. And we'll update you on Monday. Of course, you can check out the SodaCon Austin site as well. There's a link there to bring us to some SodaCon swag, and we'll be adding more of that stuff as we progress towards the con itself. So yes, go ahead and go get that, and don't forget, of course, cloak donations. The cloaks are available for a donation. Cloaks will be, of course, distributed after SodaCon, but of course, once those limited number of cloaks are sold out, the only way to get a cloak is to go to the con. So if you want a cloak and you don't want to go to the con, make sure you get your cloaks now. And that's what we've got for SodaCon Austin 2017 right now. Go get all that good stuff. And then, of course, our sponsors. Our good friends. Yeah, see, it didn't do it. Didn't reset it.
That's why you have to do it right before you do it.
It didn't do it.
Hey, mine's playing your favorite radio station right now, so that's all that matters.
Yeah. Let's see if I can't fix that real quick.
No, I told you to do it right before.
Yep, I know.
And that's the way that really do it.
Yep. And of course, thanks to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. Of course, for putting up with us. They have to put up with us. It's us.
Putting up with you,
Yeah.
you mean?
Thank you. Thank me for putting up with me. That's right. And of course,
Thank you. I
our
love
newest sponsor, the Grimy Traders Auction House. If you're tired of blind auctions, you want to see a real auction, or you want to start a real auction, go out to grimytraders.com and you can start your own auction. It is free to sign up. It is free to use. It is a buyer's premium. So go check it out. Our good friends over at Auchenshire and Markham Farms for your wholesale cotton reagents, vegetable, ale, and more, located at Dawn's Keep, just south of Central Brittany. And of course, if you want expedited service and you just don't want to go out into the game, you can go to Shroud Marketplace and buy your cotton there. Our friends over at the BMC Guild want you to come on down to Black Rock Cove and check out Market Road for all your material needs. If you want to do some crafting, you want to buy some goods for some items to make, you want to do all sorts of stuff and you need materials, check out Market Road, located in the Quell region just off of Exeter, for your material needs. Our friend Jacob White over at sodamap.com, now introducing Soda Navigator with over 500, counted, over 500 Shroud of the Avatar scenes now included in Soda Navigator. It is your GPS for Shroud of the Avatar. And of course, don't forget, you got to play your own town. You can go hit up Jacob. A little small donation will get you your town, and you can go ahead and make that all nice and pretty and get all the information updated yourself. Our friend Ben over at Relics by Rild, relicsbyrild.com for all your licensed Shroud of the Avatar swag, like this Shroud of the Avatar t-shirt. He's got the hats, but not this hat. He's got the patches, yes, those patches, and much, much, much more. Coins from the Mint, comic books from Tortoise and Hare, glassware, drinkware, coffee mugs, and more, including the NBNN bumper sticker, AR gear, you name it. Relics by Rild's got a bunch of it for you. Go check them out, and if you want to save a couple bucks, use the promo code NBNN when you check out. Save 10% off. And of course, last but not least, our friends over at the Marketplace. ShroudMarketplace.com for all your virtual vendable needs. Check. Take it away.
Yeah, Shroud Marketplace is the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related. If you're interested in selling your goods, you just need to register for an account and then click on the vendor registration button, which is on the left-hand side. Remember, it is free to list your items, but if you are willing to pay for a premium account, you do actually cut the commission down and you're able to list more items on the marketplace. So if you really pay attention to math, it's actually a lot cheaper to pay for one of the premium accounts. Then after that, don't forget, anything Shroud of the Avatar related can be bought or sold on Shroud Marketplace, all the way from accounts through crafting materials, crafted items, housing items, rare items,
In-game
all
gold.
the way to in-game gold, crowns of
Can't
the
forget
obsidian.
that. That's right.
All of that can be sold, including services.
Services.
That's
Jack,
right.
do you
If
need,
you
do you
wanted
need
to
a little
offer,
service tonight, baby? It's Friday night. Is it
I've
the
been
date night?
servicing you for
Service.
this entire hour. Look at Thex's reaction to the servicing that I've provided you today.
Merc's over there crying because
Too
you're
much.
abusing me over here.
I
I'm
know.
telling you.
It's very upsetting. It's very.
I have some stones.
We don't want to hear about your stones.
Wait, play some stones? Yeah.
No.
Hold on.
Oh, man, you had a great tune going there. You didn't just kill it, did you?
I don't know, Shroud.
I haven't heard.
We were leading up to a triumphant Friday finish, and he had to throw in stones. Somebody had to say stones. Jeez.
You wanted to listen to some stones. I mean,
He
it's
said,
not
he,
my
said he had
fault.
stones,
I
like,
do
a
what
pair
the
of stones
audience
between his
requests.
legs. Jeez.
Yeah.
You're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls.
You're killing me, Smalls. But Shroud Marketplace, including services like weddings and more by Laz.
That's right. You have an
where
event?
He will hook you up.
Come check me out. If you need a place to live, we've got places for rent. If you want to get vendor rentals, we got vendor rentals. We got all sorts of stuff. Weddings and more by Laz.
Yes. And don't forget the featured vendors over at Shroud Marketplace, which include my store, Auchenshire and Markham Farms for all of your resources that you need, Seder Stinky Sewer Shop, or Wolfdom's Shop.
Sader's Stinky Sewer Shop.
Scrota's things.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Yeah, so
Cheesy
don't
writing
forget.
and more.
Cheesy writing, yes.
What will they
Man,
think of next?
I can't believe that I have not gotten through even 500. I'm up to nearly 400 wood pulp. So yeah, you know what?
I'm at the 350 mark,
yeah.
and I'll barely break that. Of course, I've had a couple pauses, but
yeah,
it just goes
I'm
to
at
show you
390, so.
what an hour's worth of this grind actually gets you, and it's really not a whole lot.
No, and so it's like when people like look at my health and they go, "What the hell do you do?" And then I say, I turn around, point at my vendor, and then say, "That's what I do with my time."
That's right. We sit on our butts at the NBNN lot.
Yeah.
Standing in front of this damn crafting station.
Slave labor.
Slaving all day long.
And this is generally not the account that I actually generally do this on 2 accounts at the same time.
Yes, ditto.
This account only has level 84 milling. My other account is in the 90s. So that should tell people how much wood scrap I have turned into wood pulp.
Yes, quite a bit.
It is a crap ton. Yeah.
But meanwhile, it's time for us to wrap it up. And, of course, we got one last thank you to say. And that is to thank you guys for watching. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening. And thanks for tuning in and day out, catching us when we're live, catching us in repeats. We love you guys, and we couldn't do this without you. Let's go ahead and wrap it up, Jack. Get out of here for the weekend.
Thank you guys for watching out on Twitch. Thank you for watching on YouTube or listening on Radio Free Britannia. We couldn't do the show without you guys, and we do it for you guys. So thank you from the bottoms of our hearts. We've got to get out of here because it's that time again.
It's the weekend, and we've got
a
whole bunch of this to do, really. That's really what we got to do. Meanwhile, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
It's a Scrota.
And we are NBNN. Stay tuned, NBNN, for more news, sports, entertainment, crazy wild happenings like this crazy stuff you watch today, and much, much more. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you all on Monday. Check it out. This is what I got to look forward to for my whole weekend.
Hey, I know what I'll be doing this weekend.
I love this shit. Have I said that lately?
I'm just going to loop stones on your lawn the entire weekend and do this. It's the only thing you're going to be able to hear all